Hello everybody, welcome back. This is the Wednesday Spotlight. Today is Wednesday, December 12th, and I am here with Dr. Shanae Rudolph.
Yeah.
I think that it's really important. Last week we had Chanel McCoy on and we were talking about the importance of self-esteem and healing within the art form. And I think it's really important to get a doctor's perspective on that, because at the end of the day, we are all human and we all need some type of therapy, whether that's through your art or actually seeking it out. So I asked Dr. Rudolph to be with us today,
Yes,
and we're going to pick her brain a little bit.
Yes, I am a therapeutic doctor. I provide school-based therapy as of now, as well as family therapy and home therapy, all that good stuff. And I'm located at a school, so I'm doing my therapy out of a school right now. But my licensure is in marriage and family therapy, and my doctor is in Christian counseling.
So let's go ahead and get started. How important is it to find both self-esteem and self-healing within an art form?
I think it's extremely important. I feel like they go hand in hand. You can journey towards one, but eventually you have to come to a place where you kind of connect with both. Because when you are going through that healing process and you're trying to figure out what's going on and you removing all that toxicity out of your body, there comes a place where you begin to feel more sure of who you are, more confident in who you are. And that's when you can look in the mirror and say, baby, this is me. And so I feel like they intertwine, and when you get to that place of both, when they're connected, that is such a wonderful, powerful place to be in. And I think it's extremely important that people know that it takes time to get there. But once you get there, it's amazing, and who you discover is amazing as well.
And that can also be reflected in our art, when we are like, I love who I am right now and who I want to be and my own story, and I'm confident in that.
Yeah.
And then I can show that in my art form.
Right.
So having them both together is key for you.
Yes.
Okay. So knowing that this is different for everybody and that the process is different for everybody, what are some of your basic tells that one may not be fully healthy in their current position?
Extreme amounts of stress. Like if you are to the point where you are waking up and you are not wanting to go. If you are waking up and you are not happy, you are not excited, you are not feeling like you are fulfilling the thing that you were created to fulfill. I feel like those are definite signs to be like, I need to reevaluate what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. A lot of people get into things because the money's right. Or like, oh, that looked good because somebody did it, so I'm going to try and do it.
Right.
Not knowing that, but it's not for me. You got to know what's specifically for you, knowing that you are unique in your own way. And you have to explore that and figure out what that is. Because if you're following the crowd and you're trying to do what everybody else is doing, but you're not doing it like they're doing it, so then you're like, okay, maybe I need to do something else, or maybe I need to do it like them. You're removing yourself from the uniqueness of who you are and how you do things. You can do something similar to somebody, but the way you do it will stand out because it's your way. It's how you do it.
That's so deep.
So if you're not getting up, like excited to do something different or to tweak it and do your own thing, then I would just say begin to evaluate that and reassess why you're doing something and what you're doing it for. Because if it's not you, then again, that's another reason to really just be like, what's going on?
That's really, really deep. And I love the word explore. In the theater film world, that word is used interchangeably to mean so many different things, but at the end of the day, it means moving through space to figure out whatever task is what it's supposed to be.
Right.
So it's nice that, that also applies to self-healing and self-worry. What are some steps that I can take to find a place of healing?
Yeah. One of the things I like to do, one thing I even tell my clients to do a lot of times when you're stuck, because sometimes you just get stuck. We get stuck and we internalize and we're like, I don't even know how to make sense of what's going on. Something as simple as journaling. Start journaling different things. And I tell people to write without thinking. Just write. Take like 10 minutes and just write. Whatever's on your heart, whatever's on your mind, just write it out. And read it back to yourself. Start doing some self-reflection. Seeing what am I even writing about? What's in me that I'm not even paying attention to? So writing, coming up with a plan. Start noticing what things you actually like to do, even if it's going for walks. Because people don't understand that you can take a walk and turn that into a business somehow. Like, just get creative with it. So if you are writing down, like, okay, I like to, like, on Mondays, I kind of like to do this. And then I realize by Wednesday, I kind of shift a little bit, right? So just noticing what are those things that are a part of you. And just begin, again, explore it. Be curious about yourself to be like, who am I?
Would you suggest to do that every day or once a week, or?
It depends on the person. Depends on their schedule, depends on the time. If you have the time to journal every day, set a time, like 10 minutes every day.
Right.
And then you go to 30. Next thing you know, you're writing for hours. People might even come up with a book from that.
I was just going to say, and then you're going to come up with the screenplay, and then you're going to call me and be like, Yellow Twana, I need a producer. And I'll be like, yeah, let's collaborate.
Right.
There you go.
Right. So it's little things like that, that you can, little steps you can take to find out what is it that I like for me. You know, and then you can take that list or whatever it is that you're doing, even if you're just sitting listening to music and you're getting ideas, right? You can take that and be like, okay, now let me figure out why I'm in the position I'm in now, and why am I not doing something that makes my heart flutter or makes my stomach get tingly with excitement. So it's little things like that you can start taking. Talk to people, you know, your safe people. Who are your people you can just really be real with and get all that stuff out and just talk. Have somebody listen. And then they can be like, okay, well, you mentioned this. What about that? It doesn't have to be a therapist, but even just a close friend to be like, I keep hearing you talk
somebody
about
in
this.
Your support system.
Somebody in your support system, yeah. That gets you. And that's going to be real with you. So.
I know it seems a bit redundant and repetitive, but that's so important that we make sure that we get down to the roots of ourselves.
Yeah.
Especially as artists, because we do have so many expectations. Some of them we put on ourselves,
right?
But some of them are from, you know, outside sources or media, where we feel like we have to be like the Joneses or the next person. So I think that it is extremely important to get grounded.
Yes.
And to be okay with who you are.
Yes. And I think that's the big thing, is being okay. I think people feel like they have to be like this overly achieving something or somebody because somebody else is doing it. And I think if you're not okay with yourself, people don't realize that then people around you eventually won't be okay either. You have to be okay, even with your brokenness. Like, people don't say it's okay to be broken and you're exploring and you're putting the pieces back together. That can also be a place of healing and contentment to be like, I'm not perfect, but I'm the perfect me. Right? I'm the perfect person at what I'm doing because it's me. There's no other Shanae on this planet that can do what this Shanae can do. Who can do therapy the way I do therapy. Right. When I show up,
you are the only you.
Because I'm the only me. And I have to remember that constantly every day, that when I show up, I'm doing it the way Shanae knows how to do it. And so I think that's an important piece too, of do what you do the way you do it.
Well, that's a great segue to the next question. I actually ran into an artist last week, and I told them that I was going to have a doctor on. And I told them about the theme of December of self-esteem and self-healing. And they had a very specific question for you. So I'm going to read it so I make sure that I get it correctly. They say, how do I know the difference between when it is appropriate to seek help or just feeling the feels?
It is appropriate. Well, so that's kind of twofold. I feel like seeking help is continuing. Like, I believe in therapy. I believe in my craft. I believe in what I do. And there's nothing wrong with seeking somebody out to talk to them. Even if you don't know why you're talking to them, sometimes just going and talking is all you need to do. When I would say you definitely need to go talk to somebody if it's something that you cannot control. When you are not functioning the way that you know how to function in multiple settings, then that is a time to definitely seek professional help. Because then you're telling yourself, like, I can't do this by myself. Like, there's something that's happening with me where I need somebody else to help guide me on this journey. Not to take me on a journey, not to tell me what journey to take, but to guide me along this journey. And naturally, we get in our fees. Like, we get in our feelings, and we feel things. We're human. You need to feel. Like, I would say if you're not feeling different things at different times, you maybe need to go get help for that too. Like, you need to feel stuff. We're human. That's what we do. And so just being mindful of that you are human, you're going to feel things. That's how we were created, like to feel. But when it gets to the point where it is uncontrollable or it's too hard or you can't function your normal in different multiple settings, then I would say definitely seek out support from somebody who can help guide you along that.
Thank you for that. I hope that helps other artists too, not just that specific one that had that question. I hope you're watching because I did that just for you.
Hey.
You know who you are. But I hope that other people can find something in those words.
Yeah.
Okay. Any last shout outs?
But I will say that your journey is unique for you, and trust the process. Love the process. Love the broken pieces of it. And explore and be curious about who you are. Thank you. Shout out to you for what you're doing.
You.
All my other family. And everybody out there who's just seeking clarity. Like, go get it.
All right. That was Dr. Shanae Rudolph. Thank you so much for being here with us. And join us next week here on the Wednesday Spotlight. And remember, dare to be different.